and welcome back to Sundays in the Garden. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and on this channel I share all of the things I'm getting up to in my English cottage garden and allotment area. If you're new, I would really love for you to subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything I'm sharing in the cottage garden and allotment area in 2024 and beyond. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top garden and allotment jobs for the month of August. Job number 1, and it's an obvious one, water, water, water. As the temperatures have started to finally heat up here in the UK this month, I've been giving my plants a drink much more often than normal. I try and do this in the morning and in the evening, and I try to prevent myself getting too much water on any leaves to prevent scorching them. I also make sure I pay particular attention to any plants that are in pots because they can dry out much more quickly in warm weather. Job number 2 is to keep an eye on those courgettes and harvest them before they become marrows. As you can see, I've got some lovely, well-established courgette plants here, but if I peek under the leaves, I can see that I actually have 3 courgettes that are ready to harvest. To harvest them, I just twist them at the base here and they come off nice and easily from the stem. And these are a great size, and we use 3 courgettes every week in our kitchen in our cooking, so this will be a wonderful addition to our meals this week. 3 wonderful courgettes, really happy with those. Job number 3 is to stake your dahlias. If, like me, your dahlias are really taking off now, they all need staking. This one's quite small, but it's flopping over. This one has already been staked. It's my Cafe au lait, but it is only staked low down and it's now got much larger. So I'm first putting a small stake in with this small one and tying it on to give it some extra support and help it to be growing in the right direction and nice and strongly. And then I'm going to support the larger Cafe au lait further up the stem, and hopefully we'll have some beautiful blooms to show you in a few weeks' time. Job number 4 is to harvest spring sown carrots and sow some more for later in the season. So here I am down in the carrot bed, and I'm really pleased with the size of the carrots down here. I harvested some earlier a few weeks ago, and these ones are looking really great as well. We use quite a lot of carrots in our cooking. As you can see, I look thrilled with this one, and the smell of them is amazing, so really pleased with them. And then there are those that make us laugh, like this one here with a giant bottom and tiny little legs. So harvest those carrots, sow some more, they are always a joy. Job number 5 is to provide water for garden birds. As the temperatures heat up and we start to feel much thirstier, so too do garden birds, and water can become in much shorter supply. So here I am cleaning out the little bird water feeder here and filling it up with some fresh water, and I'm making sure I keep on top of this on a daily and weekly basis to make sure there's water for them to both drink and bathe in over the hot month ahead. Job number 6 is to feed your flowers and vegetables. As our flowers and vegetables start to produce lots of lovely blooms and veggies this month, they are getting hungrier and hungrier by the day. So I make sure that I give all of my vegetables and flowers a liquid feed at least once a week. Here I am feeding my beans, I also feed my courgettes, my pumpkins, my dahlias and my tomatoes. And I've really noticed the difference. If you can use something like a homemade comfrey feed as opposed to shop bought stuff, then you can really see the difference in the size and growth of your plants. But any plant food will do, and they'll really appreciate it in this hungry month ahead. Job number 7 is to battle the bindweed and all the other weeds. So alongside all the lovely new growth in our flowers and vegetables, so too the weeds are starting to come back with a vengeance. In my garden in particular, bindweed is a massive problem, and here you can see it's starting to wrap itself around my pumpkin plant. And if I just rip it out, it can damage the plant, so I have to go through really methodically here and carefully remove it so as not to hurt the pumpkins themselves. Oh, don't we just hate bindweed? In the bin it goes. Meanwhile, over in the courgette beds there's a similar problem, and here I am just removing some of the bindweed, and also I go back to root level and make sure that I can remove it at the roots as much as possible. It's not perfect, but it is looking much better. Job number 8 is to harvest runner beans. I don't think anything quite says harvest time in the garden like the sight of your first runner beans, and I'm spending a little bit of time each day at the moment picking and harvesting my runner beans to use in cooking. The more I pick, the more I'll get, and they are absolutely delicious. Job number 9 is to prune lavender. And the lavender in our garden holds extra special significance for us. When the flowers start to dry and look like this, it's time to cut them back to keep the bush nice and tidy for next year. I'll be saving this lavender to use in confetti for my younger sister's wedding, just as it was used in the wedding confetti at our wedding 8 years ago. Wonderful memories from a wonderful day. Lavender can also be used in baking and in lavender pillows that you can pop either in a drawer to keep your clothes smelling fresh or under your pillow to help with sleep. And I do find this task particularly relaxing, and I think the lovely scent of lavender really does help with this. Sometimes cutting flowers can lead to a melancholy or sad feeling as we think about how the season is drawing to a close, but I never feel this way with lavender. The lavender in our garden always goes on to lead a second life, be it in baking, confetti, or in lavender pillows. The circle of the seasons ticks on, and there's beauty in all of it. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Happy Sunday and happy gardening.